Hi everybody, welcome to our professional development webinar for October 2022. Today we're going to explore some of the different types of online and auto-graded projects that you'll find within CompuScholar's courses. Broadly speaking, there are 4 different general types of assignments that you'll find in different courses. The first is an offline or a file submission based assignment. So these assignments are typically found in courses where students are working with third-party software. We also have several different types of online assignments, and that's what we'll be focusing on today. There's a free-form question and answer, there's a drag and drop sequence type of problem, and then our online coding assignments. Now, the first 2 types of assignments are actually teacher graded. So if students are coding or creating files offline, or they're doing free-form Q&A online, then the teacher will grade those assignments. The other 2 types of assignments, the online drag and drop and the online coding assignments, are typically auto-graded by our system. So we're going to focus on the online assignments today. So I'll just briefly mention a couple of key facts about the offline submissions. Again, this is when students do work outside of our system. They're using locally installed development environments or third-party applications to create digital files, and the students will submit files to the teachers for grading. You can submit those files through our system online, or if the teacher prefers to receive those files in any other way, including simply looking over the student's shoulder on the student computer, that's perfectly fine. Again, the teachers will grade these types of submissions with the rubrics that we provide. And the 3 courses that make the heaviest use of the offline file submission are the Digital Savvy course, where students are typically doing some pretty creative work or using third-party software like word processors, our web design course, where students are creating web pages offline, and our Unity game programming course, where students are creating games using the Unity IDE on a locally installed computer. So those are the 3 courses where you're most likely to find these offline file submission assignments. The remainder of the assignments are online, so students will click on the exercise link to create their work and submit their work online. Teachers will do the same thing, so they will click on that same exercise link to take a look at the student submissions. If the teacher needs to grade those exercises, that's where you'll do it. If the exercises are auto-graded, the teachers will always be able to review those results and override the test cases if you need to. So we'll go and dive into the different types of online exercises now. So the first type of online exercise is a free-form question and answer. So typically this allows students to type in sentences or paragraphs worth of information in response to questions. They'll do that directly online, and then the teacher can come along and grade that work with some pretty simple slider controls. And the course that currently makes the most use of this type of assignment is Digital Savvy, in particular the first 8 chapters or so, where students are doing this type of exercise. Let's switch over to our online system and see this in action. So I'm logged in as a student in our Digital Savvy course, and I'll go ahead and click on Chapter 1 and come down and take a look at the activities. We'll click on the activity link, and this opens a new tab where students can see the questions and type in their answers. And you can see I've already come in here as a student and typed in answers for all of these questions. At the bottom of the assignment, there'll be buttons to submit or save the work, so students can always come back later and continue working. And when they're done, they just submit to the teacher. And I've actually already done that for the student, so those buttons are currently missing. Now on the teacher side of things, we'll go into that same chapter and scroll down to the same activity link and click on that. And here's the teacher's view, where you can see all of your students in a list that have submitted work, and you can see the little notification icon that shows there's teacher grading that needs to be done. So let's click on the edit button. And we can see all the students' answers, and you can assign grades with a simple slider. You can also give feedback if you'd like. And you would just do the same thing for each one of these answers here. And there's some suggestions in terms of what the points mean. Okay, once I've graded all of the answers, I'll come back up here and click Save Grade. And that grade has now been sent to the electronic gradebook. If you need to remove the student submission so they can make another attempt, you can always click on the delete button, and that will unlock the activity and allow them to resubmit. It will not delete their previous work, so that just unlocks a submission to give them another chance. So this is our free-form Q&A online assignment, and it's pretty straightforward. The next type of assignment that we have online is a drag and drop type of challenge. So this gives us the opportunity to do things like vocabulary matching or arrange code statements in a certain sequence to process through algorithms and so forth. And these are auto-graded by our system. So let's go take a look at some examples. This is our Computer Science Foundations course. We'll go into Chapter 2 and scroll down to click on the activity link. And again, I'm logged in as a student at the moment. In this activity, there are actually 3 different drag and drop problems, and you can see those here on the left. The first is a vocabulary challenge, so students can drag options from the right to matching vocabulary on the left. And I'll just do this really quickly. When the student's done with this problem, they can go on to others. This is a connectivity challenge, and I've already answered all the questions here. And this is a packet routing challenge, and again, I've already drag and dropped all the answers that I want to from the right. So when the student's done, they just hit the submit button. And that submit happens on a problem by problem basis. So you can see this problem is now submitted and it received a grade of 100%. We'll want to submit these other 2 problems as well. And now that I've submitted all 3 problems, you can see these are fully auto-graded and my overall grade is 100%. So all the problems will be equally weighted and total up to 100%. So that's all the student needs to do. Now as the teacher, when you click on the same link, you'll come in here and again see the familiar list of student submissions, but notice there's nothing you have to do as the teacher because this type of problem was auto-graded. You can always review the results if you like. This will show you all the student answers. And if you want to override any test cases or change and give the student any other numeric grade, you're welcome to do so right here. Now you will most likely find these drag and drop problems in our Java programming course or the Computer Science Foundations course, but we may spread this concept to other courses as well. The last type of online assignment is a coding assignment, and this is where students have the opportunity to write code, run that code, test the code against the test cases, and submit it online. So you don't need to do any local software installation, there's no teacher file management, and the best part is that these student projects are auto-graded by our system. So the vast majority of assignments within our programming classes, depending on the course, are these online coding assignments. And the courses where you will most likely find these are the Computer Science Foundations course, the C#, Java, and Python programming courses. So let's go take a look at the Java course as an example and show you how these work. I'm logged in as a student in the Java course, so let's go down and click on Chapter 3, and we'll scroll down again, and you can see there are both homework exercises and chapter activities in this particular course. Both of them work exactly the same way from an online coding perspective, so let's click on the homework. In this particular homework, there are 6 different problems, which you can see here on the left. Each problem has a little description, an example output, and then a coding area. I'm going to go ahead and complete this assignment very quickly and intentionally add a couple of errors so you can see the results. Okay, so with this code, students can run it as many times as they want, and you can see the output. At the bottom are save, preview, and submit buttons, as well as a reset problem if the student wants to start over. So you can always save your work and come back later to continue. If you click preview, students might have a certain number of previews so they can actually run the test cases and see their results without actually getting a grade. Okay, here are the preview results for this problem. You can see I passed a number of tests, but I did fail one particular test in the source code, and my program output was not what was expected either. So you can see the difference in the expected output and in the student output. So this gives the students an opportunity to correct their work and then submit for a grade. Let's say I go ahead and submit anyhow without correcting the work. So once I submit, the grade for this particular problem is finalized, but I can continue on to the other problems and submit them individually. Now as a teacher, I can come in here and click on the same homework link, and again see a list of all the student submissions and review the student work. And here we can see all the student results, including when they saved it, when they submitted it. You can again change the grade if you'd like. You can actually run the student code here to see the results for yourself, as well as take a look at the auto-graded results. And again, you can override a test case if you'd like to give credit. Just remember to click Save Grade if you make any changes. If you want to delete the submission and give the students another chance, just click on Delete Grade. That will remove the grade from the gradebook and unlock the submission, but it will not remove their work, so they can continue modifying their code and then resubmit it for a new grade. And you can do this on a problem-by-problem basis. So that's a quick sprint through our auto-graded coding assignments. These again are found throughout many of our programming courses. And the system is designed to really alleviate a lot of this typical teacher workload associated with coding projects and managing source files. So that's a review of the types of online problems that we have today. There are always new types of things on the horizon, so we might create new types of problems. We might add more homework problems to other courses. Any new courses that we create will use the online submission engine to the best of our ability. So when the technology and the curriculum allows it, we'll certainly do online submissions and auto grading. We're also working on a feature to allow teachers to define custom assignments, and we'll make some additional announcements about that when it's ready. Thanks so much for watching. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to contact us through our website. You can give us a call or shoot us an email.